Crafty crew. So glad to see you. I really need to hang out with you tonight. So I'm so glad that I see Sylvia here, Judy Van Zant, Jem Stark D, Sandy Power, Sandy Pellis, Justine, hello. Benita, hello. You're always like, you guys are my peeps. So that's great. We see Kara is here. Looks like a few of you are quite a few of you are here. Thank you so much. I just need to hang out with you guys, so thank you for being here. We are obviously going to play along with Craft Roulette because that's what we do around here on Tuesdays. So let's take a look at these parameters. Probably most of you have already played along, but the project tonight is a 4x6 card. An element is holiday. Colors are buffet, which makes it really nice because basically you can have anything you want on a buffet. And then the random thing is a bark. So I think we can get these parameters done. All right, so when we talk about a buffet, recently when I was in Kansas City, we went to Jason's Deli. Their buffet for their salad bar was one of the best salad bars I've ever been to. So if you ever get to go to a Jason's buffet, go. Like, you won't regret it. What else? But yeah, speaking of Kansas City, when we were at Craft Roulette, we had the best buffets at the Marriott Hotel. They could not have done better food. So if you're ever on the fence, like, is it worth going? Am I going to get my money's worth? Is the food going to be good? Yes, the food's going to be good. So you know I'm all about the food. Okay. Some of us are all about the base. I'm all about the food. Okay. So Benita says that she's going to make her Craft Roulette card tomorrow. Danny says that she loves Jason's. Looks like Annie just hopped on. So hello, Annie. And we've got the Quiet Sister Creates on here. I don't think I've met you, or have I? I don't know. Hello. Good to have you. If you're new here, Pajama Crafter Stamps plays along with Craft Roulette every Tuesday night. I do a lot of coloring, and I meet these parameters. So, okay. This is a sneak peek. So you've seen our cupcakes before, but Mr. Pajama has changed the design a little bit. So this will snap off so you can clean it if you would ever need to. It'll still have the stopper in it, but this glows in the dark. And oh my God, isn't this rainbow the best? Look at that shine. Love it. Okay. We are also going to be using the Cottage Christmas 6x6 paper pack. And if you know anything about me, I love me a good bow, and I love me some traditional Christmas. Like, if it were up to me, there would be a bow on everything at Christmas. So we have included a lot of bows in this paper. So yeah, let's take a look at this. And you also know I like a lot of diagonal stripes. So I gave you a lot of candy cane stripes. In fact, 2 sides of it. And then we've got the bows and a good gingham. More diagonals. Okay. Solids. Let's see what else we've got. A good candy cane stripe. And then look at this bow. I would love just to like fuzzy cut this and have this be a focal point. Love it. But anyway, that's enough of that. So speaking of food, I could use a stiff drink tonight or today or the last 2 days. So we are going to make this cute little guy from the Cheers to Christmas stamp set. So Cheers to Christmas stamp set has 2 little images on it. And it can be this cute like mixed drink. You can make it like a hot toddy. You can make it like a hot cider. Or you could have him bathing in whatever this is. But you've got a Merry Christmas. Warm wishes brewed just for you. Santa says it's okay to spike it. Cheers to surviving the holidays. Santa refill, please. And cheers to the season. And quite frankly, that's the mood I'm in. So we're doing it, guys. All right. So one of the parameters, and I don't know if you can, you can see my makeup got on there. I didn't even know I had it. So I used a die that I had from my stash that was this bark, but I used a rubber mat in place of it instead of a cutting. So between the cutting mat, I put this down. So what that did is it embossed it. So that's how we are going to get the bark element, okay? So let's talk about a 4x6 card. Say you're brand new to card making and you have no idea what to do. So what I did is I cut the paper down to 6 inches, okay? Which would be this side. And then this side, I cut a 1/2 inch off the 8.5 side. So we've got 8 inches here. So we're going to score that at 4. So let's do that. Let's see if I can find my scoring tool. I think we had an issue with that last time. And you know I haven't cleaned up darn thing since our last meeting, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Everybody's fine. It's good. All right. So obviously this is the short side, so that measures 6 inches. So that's a 6-inch mark. So we're flipping it onto the long side. And right here where it's 4, we're going to go down. I use 120 pound cardstock for my bases. So I do it on one side, flip it over, and just reinforce that score so it's on both sides, and that prevents cracking. So if you have an issue with cracking, one thing is you're probably using really thin cardstock, or you're not scoring on both sides. Oh, do I see Jason on here? Hello, hello, Jason. And candy cane stripes, you're right, would be good for peppermint bark. I love it when people help me make the parameters. Help me make up my mind. Up, okay, so then I am reinforcing the score on both sides. Okay, so we have a really nice crisp line, and if you can see this, there is no cracking on that spine. Okay. The next thing we need to do is we need to cut this piece down. How big is it? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But we are going to craft as if we are in our craft rooms, and we're going to figure it out. I do know that I went on this side all the way to the end. So I'm going to, this is easier for me to visualize. I'm going to take it to, we're going to do 2.5 for right now. And I'm going to cut off each end a little bit. And we're going to go to 6 inches. We might take it to 5.5 later, but right now we have a 2.5 by 6 inch strip. And we potentially could do just this. Okay? And we might. But do we ever know what Joy's going to do? We don't. Joy doesn't even know what she's going to do. It's good. All right. Let's see. Danny just said she's going to be right back, so she's doing something. It's new. All right. Some of the other things that we're going to use are the Handmade with Love buttons and some black twine. So these two come in 3 sizes. I think I used the medium size already. So they say Handmade with Love, and we're going to make little bows out of them. From my stash, I used some arches, and I cut out this little bear, or bear that needs a little bit of spiked goodness. I have already stamped in red. Santa says it's okay to spike it. So we have his permission. I would think that after a long, cold winter night, that Santa would want his drink to be spiked. Or maybe Santa's kissing Mama, or Mama's kissing Santa under the mistletoe. I don't know. You make up your story and I'll make up mine. So I am going to cut this because we're going to make a Christmas mojito, because that's what sounds desirable to me tonight. I am not recommending anyone to drink if they have an alcohol problem. I'm not even recommending that to get yourselves in trouble in any way, shape, or form. I am just trying to be funny. I'm trying to keep it lighthearted. But I definitely don't want anybody to say or think that I am promoting, alcoholism. Okay? Because I'm not. Justine is putting in the links for the products. And I appreciate that. So we are going to take this green and we are going to glue it to the entire panel. All right. So one trick that I do is I always put my card upside down, so I always make sure which way is it going to open. You could do a 4x6 card this way, but we're not going to do that. So I put the top at the bottom so I can get one edge lined up really nice and square. I use my cute little frog or my little pig, and I just use that to, get any of the warping out from the glue or any of the lines, because why not? All right, Jason, it seems like you've got some fans in here. All right, so my thought is that I'm going to do this eventually. I might take that down more, and our card is going to look a little something like this. So I might take that over more. I might add a little strip. I don't know what we're going to do, but I know that most of you, it looks like Sean Manley May a Minute just joined us. We've got a rock star on our hands. Just joined us. So say hello. But most of you are usually here for the coloring. So let's color. I want to do, and some of you may have already seen me color this once when I was at Craft Roulette. I am going to go in tighter here. And my camera's walking just a hair. And I'm going to bring this down. Okay. So I like to color with the lightest to the darkest. And I really like a grizzly bear. Thanks, Jermaine, for saying that you love to watch me color. So we're going to use E59, 57, 55, and 53. I am not brave enough to do the Ohuhus today. After the day that ensued, we're just going to go back to my comfort zone. But the same principles apply no matter what alcohol marker you're using. All right. Okay, so Justine just said coloring time equals happy time. Yes, ma'am. So I'm extending the lines around the paws so that we can see his toes. And there's that really loud car that always comes into my neighborhood that I have no idea who it belongs to. I would absolutely pay for it to have a tune-up if I knew whose car it belonged to. So Justine says she's getting ready to make dinner and watch toy. It always seems like I interrupt Justine's dinner time. So I picked up a dozen ears of corn from my favorite farm today. I picked up a cantaloupe that looks like it's as juicy as it can be. And I picked up some tomatoes. So the cantaloupe obviously will be a snack. The whatever corn we don't eat tonight, I will turn into a corn salsa because it's delicious. and I'm good at it. I don't normally talk about my cooking like that, but I'm good at that. All right. And I'm highlighting his little mouth. And there would still be a nice little shadow under the hat. Okay. So cute. Danny said that she's crafted all day just for fun, not for any other company, not for any reason. Okay, Sylvia, I love me some corn too. There's this farm where I grew up. I used to actually pick corn for them when I was in junior high. And gosh, picking corn at 5 a.m. or earlier, it's gross. You're like wet from head to toe, and it's ugh. And there's bugs and worms and whatever. But this corn from this farm is the best, and it is about 45 minutes. No, I guess I don't know, 35 minutes away from my house, and I still drive like at least twice a month to go get corn from the people that I know and people that I grew up with, and I'm very happy to continue to support small business, especially people that I care about and love. So yeah, but we will at the end of the year they always have like this big sale. They say they're going to go through the middle of September, but when they do, they like sell it in bulk, and I will get like, I don't know, 8 dozen ears of corn, and we will shuck it and freeze it so that we have fresh corn all year. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, it's not how fresh. Is it fresh? It's more fresh than you're going to get in your grocery store, but it's always still very sweet. I did learn something new from this farm last year, that because I used to blanch it, which means you put it in boiling water for like 2 minutes, and then you put it in an ice bath. That if you're going to freeze it, you're pretty much going to kill whatever bugs or whatever that's in it to begin with, and you're going to cook it anyway. So there's no reason to blanch it. So I didn't believe this lady. I mean, she's been a farmer for longer than I've been alive, but I tried it, and you know what? It's true. So now I don't even go through the blanching process, which makes me happy. Makes it so much faster. And the best part is Sean is the one that does all the, I shuck it, but he cuts it all off the cob. So it's a team effort here in this house. I love it when you've got a partner that will share the responsibilities of stuff. It just makes life so much easier, don't you think? So what you guys have seen, we're going to go back to the coloring instead of my stomach. So what you guys are seeing is just a natural progression of me kind of closing in this face. And I'm going darkest to light. If you are a light to dark, be my guest to color however you want. I am not the coloring place. In fact, I'm the furthest thing from it. I will tell you when I think a product sucks, like I did last week. But I will also tell you to use what you have accessible to you and what's in your budget. So far, that's all we've done. He kind of looks a little weird. Crafting chat always leads to good. Do you mean food or good food? For me, it's good food. So now we're going to an E53. Jason, this is actually, so they have several farm stands that ran out of a back of a pickup too. And so there's a guy where I live that's called Dan the Corn Man. And so when I don't go to the farm that I grew up, I will go to Dan the Corn Man, and I will buy my tomatoes and my corn from him. But since I was in the area, I went ahead and bought it from the farm. But like he's got, when I say he, the farm that I buy it from, he actually has like roadside stands, in Cincinnati. He's got it in all the like outlying areas. These markers seem real varnishy. I don't like this. All right. So I'm going to do tip to tip. My markers need some help. So we're going to kind of do like a transition color because we're getting a lot of varnish. So that's why you just saw me pick it up with my finger. And tip to tip is just a way for you to like get another color without having to buy another color. In this case, there's not really a good transition color. But I'm bypassing picking up all this other garbage. So it looks like this weekend I will be cleaning markers. So I will be making color charts, and I will be refilling markers. Good times at my house. But isn't it cute? And all I had to do to fix it was see how, I don't know, can you guys see that? How shiny and gross that is? That nib needs to be replaced, and this marker is on the verge of needing. It either needs to be refilled and cleaned desperately, or it needs to be replaced. And it's because I found it with the lid half off. So that was a me problem, not a Copic problem. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is his little hat. So I love his little hat. He's got like a little twiddle-dee, like, I don't know, whatever that thing is. So there's a lot of you on this live. So if you are new and you haven't, I see Linda Gorman. Hey, if you're new to the channel, I would love it if you would hang out with us every Tuesday, and pretty much every day of the week we have somebody on our team like doing a video. So if you would like it, subscribe. If I'm not your cup of tea or your shot of tequila, I am sure that one of the other design team members might be. So I would love it if you would like and subscribe, and maybe even hit that notification button, because then anytime somebody besides me or even me comes on, then you'll know that we've got new content. But today you get me. So we just dotted in some texture. So we just kind of beep, 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 beep all over just to make that look like fur, like a fuzzy hat. You could use some sort of paste, whatever you wanted. I am just going to use that C3, and I'm just going to, I don't know, we're going to color that little piece in. All right, so one of my goals, trying to find the right one. So I usually do like a really dark red, but this has a lot of pink to it. So I am going to use the R32, 30, 35, 37 as my red. So Jason is saying, please don't forget to like the video. Thanks, friend. So I'm going to use this R30, which is so pale that it doesn't do much. Now, you guys know that the way coloring pops is by using the scary dark. So normally I would go to like an R39, which is the darkest, but I don't want it to be scary. So we're just going to go with an R37. And we could dot this in and split like we did the other one. But where this fur comes up over the hat, there's definitely a shadow. Benita, I love that bow too. I think as ribbon starts coming out for the season, which it probably already is if I would just walk into a store, I think I'm going to buy some candy cane striped ribbon, and I think I'm going to change up my holiday decor this year. So that was 37. And did you notice I did my light and then I went into my dark? I don't have a rhyme or reason for it other than it made me happy. So that was 35. Now this is 32. And I'm just leaving a little bit of that 30. But look how nice that matches that. Could I have planned that any better? Like, holy cow. Sandy's already bought her Christmas ribbon. So my Christmas tree, as of last year, was black and white gingham, which I love. But I think we're going to change it up. So his nose, I'm sticking with the colors, okay? So instead of that 30, we're going in with that 32. So here I'm going to use, I usually use a 4 or 5 color combination. We're using 3 here. So I skipped the 30. I'm going to do a little bit of 37, which is my darkest. Okay. Danny says, bah, humbug. I used to love Christmas, but now Thanksgiving is my jam again. You're all about the food. I figure Thanksgiving is like the run up to like the Christmas dinner. And like it lets you practice, and it lets you stretch out the stomach, and it gets your recipes all in place. So then that way we can celebrate Jesus's birthday like in style. I don't know. I'm weird. Maybe I'm just too weird. But I see it as an opportunity to have 2 sets of chances to eat really good food. So I'm going to use the R22 for his ears, which is really pink. And I'm going to give him some pink cheeks along the sides here. Because I would think that any bear that drinks a little bit of a spiked drink might have some red cheeks, because I know that if I have a sip, I turn bright red. So, hey, okay. Jason says we now have 2 Christmas trees. One is ornaments from places we have traveled to. Cool. So I had some from when I was a kid, and then I had some from traveling to it at one point. And now since I have crazy, crazy animals, I have unbreakable ornaments. I used to have like Swarovski crystal ornaments that I paid hundreds and hundreds of dollars for. And once you have huskies and birds, you find out real fast that you can't have nice things. Just saying. And I personally would rather have animals that I really, really love than have a really nice Christmas tree. But as my animals age out, if you get my drift, this is my R37. I'm putting in my scary darks. I will probably go back to using really nice ornaments again. But until that happens, and Lord knows I don't want it to happen, we will just have unbreakable ornaments. So that was the R37. I'm doing all my packages in red because it's my card. If you don't want it in red, then you do it however you would do it, okay? We are not the card police here. I mean, some of you might feel like it. I mean, I know that on Craft Roulette we do have a deputy, but I am not the deputy, and I'm not going to tell you how to make your card. So, yeah. So these little packages, I might just put in like 3 colors instead of doing like 4. So that was the 35, and we're going to end with the 32. Cats can supervise. Yeah, cats can supervise, but I also have cats that like to climb the tree, and they think that it's funny. I have pictures. My cat Hurley was climbing on the roof of my house the other day, and he was peering into the craft room, and it was almost like he was laughing at me, like, "Ha ha! Look what I'm doing, sucker!" Yeah, he's a wild man. I love him. He's my favorite. He's my favorite cat. He's all black, so that tells you that he's got a something. Just checking to see if I've missed any. So, Gem Stark says, I don't have a Christmas tree anymore, but your crafting area took over the space. I used to put it in. Well, of course, absolutely. Crafting has to take over everything. And if it doesn't, it should. It's what brings us happiness. Am I right? Okay. So now we are going to do a mojito. And let's talk about this paper. So what does Joy do to figure out what paper she wants to use? Or what color she wants to use? I get out what I think it will work. Look what I'm doing until I need help getting down. Yeah, I expected at some point that I was going to have to use or call like a like the fire department, but no, he got down. So that was a G24. This is a G21. And a G20. You guys, could I have nailed, see how this kind of makes that middle tone has a little bit of blue in it, but could I have nailed the mojito vibe? So when I say that I know my Copics, I really do. I see color in Copics. So I am, thank you, I am going to use my lightest color for the drink first. I know I said something different. Okay. And I'm also going to put the lightest color. Normally, I usually color my reds last. So I'm being very brave on camera because reds like to smear or like to stain. But I am confident that I'm in good company, that you guys would just cheer me on no matter what. We're going to come back to this marker. Thank you. I don't know if I'm the Copic Queen, but I don't know. Wait, should I change my screen name to Copic Queen? That might get some controversy started. I should know. That'll get some controversy going, and I don't need any controversy. G24. I put a box in front of my door so that my huskies couldn't break through. We'll see if he makes an appearance like he did last week. He was actually pretty sweet last week, if you guys didn't agree. So I'm coloring right over those sparkles. G21. Yes, reds are very dangerous. Back to the 20. Just to blend her out. Okay, so glass reflects, if you're not aware. So this would still pick up a little bit of color here and there. So I'm just putting hints of it there, okay? And I'm using my lightest color. Okay. I'm going to go back to the bows. And this is the 21. We're just not being that serious with this, you guys. This is just supposed to be fun. So one thing we're going to do next is we're going to bring in a BG11. And we're going to flick some of that up into the glass. Okay. And right where I had put that green, we're going to kind of put a little bit of it down there. We're creating shine. Okay. And we can go and do a C1. I hear a husky nose outside, stiffen the door. Don't you come in, you silly goat. And I hear my Yorkie doing his little huffy puffy. So around these bubbles, I'm using the C1 to give it a little bit of a shadow. So I'm going to go in with this G24. I heard somebody say, "Hey, Tiffany, is Tiffany on here?" Hey, Tiff! Hello. Tiffany went to the shows with me and went to Craft Roulette with me. She's on the design team. I consider her a friend. And I'm glad to have her. So do you see how I kind of like did that? You can even add like some dots above it and below it. And that gives it just a 3D sparkle. Now, I like a little bit more. So wrong end. So I'm just adding more. We might even use a little bit of this G1. So now if you want to make this very believable, you can use the BV23, it's the chameleon color. And you can give a nice shadow. Do you see how that shadow looks like he's like overlapping that glass? We can even do that like right here next to the package. So you can really see like right here. And that kind of makes those packages pop forward. So there we go. I do want to bring in this BG11, BG10, and a B00 because we've got some water down here because this glass has been sweating. So our lightest color is BG10. Okay. BG11. I might have to kick a dog out of here. And then I risk the fact that maybe another one will come rushing in. But that's the story of our lives. So put that darkest color at the bottom. So cute, am I right? Okay. So there are a few things I want to do. I want this to be a special drink. I have these little diamond pieces. I have no idea where I got them, so don't ask. But I wanted to dye them with some alcohol ink, but I didn't get that far. But I'm going to put a bead of gold. Where did my pen go? Because I didn't have her upside down. Oh, he just smooched. Okay. All right, so here we go. We're going to let that sit for a minute and let it dry, and then I'll push that back in. So now we're going to go back to constructing the card. Hi, Kelly. Good to see you. All right. So it looks like Benita said that she almost kicked a cat out of her live today. Dogs, cats, birds. I mean, you never know what we're going to kick out of here. So since we said that Santa says it's okay to spike it, we're going to go ahead and lob it off. Okay. So I just light up this guide bar with the S and I chop it off. And I think I'm just going to go with a square or a rectangle. So if you had a rectangle die, you could totally do the same thing. It's fine, however you want to do that. Alrighty. So now we have this bark piece. Bark as in the dog is barking. Okay. I don't know what I want to do yet. So I think I want to wrap this around. Where's my tape? Okay, so we have to use the bark as one of the parameters, if you remember correctly. Make sure I've got the correct side. It's sticking to my fingers. Nobody said that this was a professional gig here, okay? So now I just ripped it right out. Okay, we'll try that again. This is why I do this, so that you guys can watch all the mistakes and learn how to fix them. So I am going to wrap this around, like I feel like I'm Adam Sandler. Just tap it in, just wrap it around, just wrap it around. Wrap it around. Okay, gonna cut that off. And we've got one done. All right. Let's get some foam tape on here. And yes, this is a brand new thing of foam tape because I didn't like the one I had last time. So we gotta unwrap it, and it's black. You guys don't have to have black. This is just what I have at the moment. So this is the side that is taped, the Scotch tape. So I am very saddened by Dolly Parton. Somebody was saying that they were talking about being at Dollywood on the day that she died. I had a sneaky suspicion based on some comments she had made earlier this year that she had put off a lot of health issues because she was taking care of her husband last year when he was sick. And, you know, she's canceled a lot of events. And at 80, it doesn't surprise me. I'm extremely sad. I will miss Dolly Parton. I don't know if you guys know this, but she was very much about literacy and helping other people. And she donated books to school and to children so that every child could have a book. And that everybody would have the opportunities. And the things that she did for the state of Tennessee and the Nashville and Gatlinburg areas was just amazing. Not only was she an incredible singer, actress, entertainer, she was a beautiful human being, Christian, beautiful person. And the world lost a wonderful person today, having gained a beautiful angel. And I watched the tribute that her nephew gave. He was the head of her security, but one of his jobs that she gave him was to be the one to make the announcement. And I literally watched the announcement and I started to cry. Yeah, I'm not good with that talk to text stuff either. Kelly sometimes does weird stuff, but it amazes me the stuff that she did for the areas, built libraries, built restaurants, like brought industry into Tennessee that was never there. I know that I have vacationed a lot in the Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge area over the years, and the amount that it has changed because of the industry that she brought was amazing. So we lost a really, really amazing woman today. What do you guys think so far? All right, so we are going to tap this piece off and see if we have our salted. Look. We have a salted drink because everybody needs a spiked drink here and there. But again, I am not suggesting that somebody who has an alcoholism problem, a drug problem, anybody drink. I'm just trying to do something. I'm trying to have a little bit of fun, okay? So lighten up. So another thing that I want to do, where's my little, these are some confettis that I do not sell. You can buy these off of, this calls for confetti. I think this is their strawberry one, but I think it matches the reds. So I'm putting glue where all these dots are. Now, I don't know that I'm putting confetti where all those dots are, but we might add a little bit more sparkle with the cute little, the small little ones. So let's get some of this in there and then we'll see where we're at, okay? So I'm kind of weeding out the smallest ones. And there's, you know, there's no rhyme or reason as to way bubbles are. So I showed you how to shade them, but honestly, using all the confetti is going, you're not going to see the shading, but I wanted to show you the process so that you could walk away from the video and say, I learned something new today. So sometimes I do the extra so that you can say, oh, that's how I do that. Like, you know, if later on you want to recreate it, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, Stan? And I think, okay, I'm going to be done with those. And again, this is called glazed strawberry, and if they still carry them, it was from, this calls for confetti. We have very similar ones, but not in this color. So if you're the type of person that needs all the bling, and I don't have it, I'm going to tell you where to get it. Oh my God, you guys, where is it? Do I have it? Hold, please. Come on now, you can't tell me. Okay, so what I would do if it were available to me in my craft room, I would use my, shoot, there it is. Hold on. Okay, hold on, because I found it. It's right here in front of me. So this is like crafting on the fly. And, okay, so I am going to take, this is going to be such a mess. Glossy accents. And this is going to look milky until it dries. So I have just totally screwed up my whole design because I had an idea after the fact. So you need to know that I know that this is a mess and I'm fine with it. Santa is having a very loaded drink tonight. Where did I put the rest of it? That was right in front of me. Dang it. How does something like disappear right in front of your face? Like you saw me just dump the things. Like I have a whole container of this that I just dumped. It's fine. Okay, you guys, this will dry. It's very milky and very clumpy right now. But it will be stunning when it dries. So I'm kind of shaking this to level it off. Think about, yeah, dang those gremlins. Where do those gremlins come from is what I want to know. Okay, we're putting her aside because you guys know my luck. I want to know where that, oh, shoot, there it is. Right there, right there. But I am going to like scooch this over so it stays contained. The Yorkie's making himself very known today, and it's fine. But it looks like a hot freaking mess right now. All right, let's go back. So I do want this popped up, but I want this side here to be double layered. Okay, okay. Scissors. So I'm going to fold this over and fold it and cut it. Butters, lay down, please. You guys, he ate and he pottied twice before we went live. There's no reason other than he is being a drama llama that he is behaving the way he's behaving right now. And I'm not even sure that I feel sorry for him. I feel more sorry for you guys listening to him whine because you're going, poor baby Yorkie. There's nothing poor baby Yorkie about this dog. He's just a brat. He's just a brat. He's my brat. I love him. Justine says Butters can do no wrong. No, but the Huskies almost jumped the fence twice today. They can do some wrong. So, the sound of the little paws don't bother me. It's the sound of the whining that drives me nuts. But then that's always been the case. What do you guys think? Now, I lobbed off that sentiment. Where did the sentiment go? It's going to be one of those things where oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm going to do that. Hanging over where the S is. You guys, when this dries, it's going to be fabulous. I mean, it really is. It's just going to take us. It's just going to take it a minute or two or three. Okay. So we get to see the part that always makes everybody laugh because they get to see me try to figure out how to tie a bow. So these are the handmade with love wooden buttons. If you don't like the color, you can always take a marker and color them. I like the natural, and I'm using the black twine because I used the black twine earlier on here. Okay. So I am not making like an earth-shattering, like difficult card. I'm just having fun. I needed my crafty people today, and that's why we're here today together. Well, we're here together because we always are here on Tuesdays together for Craft Roulette. But yeah. Okay, let's do one more because you saw how painful that was to watch. Bye, Linda. Love you. We need to have lunch soon. Linda and I live a few hours apart. So every once in a while, when I'm in her neck of the woods, we will go crafty shopping together, and we will go eat lunch or dinner, depending on what time of day it is. Okay, let's get those off. All right. This turned out way cuter than I expected it to. So we're going to glue that one down. We could probably use some hot glue so it would last longer. I like those buttons too. And I'm going to hold that down for a second. You could use a reverse tweezers if you wanted to move on quickly. Gonna put a second one here. You guys, that sparkly drink is everything I would want in a holiday drink. Like this is killing me. I want to create that. I want this to be like my signature drink. Hold that down. We're gonna get a little red heart. Or 3. Because I don't know what I want yet. That's nothing new. As I just set that one flying. Hold on 1 minute, please. Okay. Where's my little, or my big heart? You know, guys, speaking of hearts, it really sucks when you have a big heart, because big hearts get broken quite easily or hurt easily. And I'm trying really hard these days to not wear my heart on my sleeve. So I'm becoming stronger every day, and learning my self-worth. And I guess what I'm saying is, if you are like me and wear your heart on your sleeve, that maybe you need to protect your heart sometimes too. So there you go. We'll do one more. Because nobody should steal your joy or your peace. So there's that. And the other thing I've learned here lately is friendships are two-way streets, and sometimes with that, sometimes you have more to give than somebody else does, but at some point you've got to evaluate, like, are you getting anything out of it? And if you're not, that sometimes the best thing you can do is walk away. So lots of life lessons learned in the last month or two. Do you see how pretty that's going to be when that like dries? You know, like this little ridge. So since glossy accents stay wet for so long, I'm able to manipulate it a little bit more. All right, let's bring in my marker, my Copic Acrea. And we're going to give him a little highlight on his nose. Because why wouldn't we? And I'm going to give one up here. And I'm going to give like a little star here because it's Christmas. And I'm going to add a few little dots in here. The hearts are such a cute little element. Thank you. So now it looks like we've got candy floating in our drink, which you wouldn't want that at Christmas. So all right, let's take a look. Let's see if I've nailed it. Okay, I lost you guys for just a second, but I'm back. Okay, so we've got a 4x6 card. It's holiday themed. Santa says it's okay to spike it. We have buffet, so we have like salad bar, we've got cherries, we've got tomatoes, we've got strawberry colors, we've got them all, right? And then for the bark, we embossed an actual bark die, and then I added the wooden buttons, which would be made of bark. And then once this dries, I will photograph this where you can actually see that the green and all the shading that I put in it shines through. But yeah, I think that this is really cute. Anyhow, I think that we've met the requirements. I think we made a really easy card. It doesn't have to be difficult. And I'm thinking this guy is a keeper, and I think we met the Craft Roulette parameters. I am so glad that I got to hang out with my crafty crew, because some days we just need our peeps, and you guys are my peeps. So why that's there, I don't know. Anyway, do you have any questions for me? Sylvia says it's a beautiful card. Justine says kiss your brain. There we go. What else? I will be here on Friday. I don't know what we're doing on Friday. It's in the gobbledygook on the YouTubes. It's already showing as an upcoming, but we will hang out at 1:00 Eastern on Friday. So I would love for you to join me there. We will be here every Tuesday, God willing. The team is here like almost every day of the week. Our team has been putting out outstanding content. As I've said, some of our new members, we've got Danny, who's got a YouTube channel. We've got Sandy Cockdill, who has a YouTube channel. And we have Sean Manley, who's got Manley Made Minute, who has a YouTube channel. So don't only just follow them here at Pajama Crafter, but go see what they're doing on their channel. Justine obviously has her stationery by Justine. You've got Carrie Gilletto, who has a channel. You've got Tiffany with Tiffany Cards Creations, which you all seem to know. She's got a channel, so go check out what they're doing on their channels. A lot of times you'll see a lot of Pajama Crafter stuff there, but they do stuff with other companies and they do stuff just for fun. So go follow them, because we could not do this without our team, and I appreciate it. So now it is time to go feed this belly. Does anybody want to see my shirt? Okay. It says, "Love to craft." And it's got the little bunnies, fist bumping, and it's got yarn, and it's got scissors and paintbrushes, the whole 9 yards. But I wore my crafty shirt for you guys, because who else would I wear it for? Okay. Oh. Benita, under a pile of papers, has a channel. I forgot. I'm sorry. So I didn't mean to leave you out. Please accept my apology. All right, guys. See you Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Toodles.